Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going deep on a podcast episode all about manifestation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Manifestation 101, Transform Your Life in 30 Days.
Okay.
I figure, all about manifestation already,
Right.
but this one's got a specific plan to make it happen in just a month.
In just a month.
Yeah, so we're going to see what it says.
Okay, that's pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
But, I mean, breaking it down week by week, it might be doable.
So no magic lamp then?
What? I mean, that's what we're going to find out, right?
Okay.
So the first week is all about clarity.
Clarity, all right.
Which I think makes sense. You got to know what you want.
Okay, yeah.
Before you can manifest it.
Makes sense.
So, it's not just daydreaming. It's about, actually writing down your goals and even making a vision board.
Oh, a vision board.
Yeah.
See, I'm not much of a, arts and crafts person.
You don't have to be crafty.
Okay.
It's more about the thought process, I guess,
Right.
Picking those pictures and quotes helps you visualize, right?
So is there like a psychological thing going on there, or is it just,
Oh, definitely psychological. Like when you see those images, it triggers something, makes it more real in your mind.
Okay. And that actually makes a difference.
It can. It's like it plants those seeds,
Interesting.
and then you start naturally gravitating towards those things.
So you're saying there's like neuroscience involved?
Yeah, there's actually research on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When you imagine something vividly, certain parts of your brain, they light up like you're experiencing it.
Like really?
Yeah, like the amygdala, the premotor cortex.
Wow.
All those areas get activated.
So like my brain can't tell the difference between like imagining it and actually doing it.
It's not about tricking your brain.
Okay.
It's more about creating a blueprint, a mental blueprint.
Okay.
The more you visualize, the stronger those pathways in your brain become.
Okay.
Then you're more likely to take action, make those goals a reality.
That's really fascinating. Okay,
Yeah.
so week 1, we're crystal clear on our goals.
Right.
What about week 2?
All right, so week 2 is all about tackling those pesky, self-doubt thoughts.
Oh, those
Yep.
we all have those, right?
Yeah, the source calls it belief, and it's all about addressing limiting beliefs.
Limiting beliefs, right?
Yeah, that voice that says you're not good enough, not smart enough, all that.
Oh, yeah, I know that voice all too well.
Yeah.
So what do they say? How do you deal with that?
Well, it's not about ignoring them. It's more about, consciously replacing them
Replacing them with what?
with positive affirmations.
Oh.
So instead of thinking, I'll never get that promotion,
Yeah.
you'd say, I am capable and deserving of advancement.
So changing the script, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
From like self-sabotage to like
Empowerment.
yeah, empowerment, exactly.
Yeah, and it's got to be consistent,
Right.
Like surround yourself with positive stuff, books, podcasts, people,
I can see how that would help.
Yeah, because negativity just drags you down,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But I'm curious, just replacing a thought, isn't that a bit superficial? What about the underlying stuff?
That's a good question.
Yeah, is it just putting a Band-Aid on a bigger problem?
Right.
It's not about denying your feelings or pretending everything's perfect.
Right.
It's about choosing a more empowering perspective.
Okay, so acknowledging the negative, but shifting the focus.
Exactly. It's a conscious choice,
Okay.
And there's research on this too, how our self-talk actually shapes our reality.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not just fluffy feel-good stuff.
Not at all. It's about how our thoughts influence our emotions, our behaviors, our outcomes.
Okay, so like retraining our brains for success.
Yeah, focusing on the possibilities instead of the limitations.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here.
Yeah, it's about shifting your mindset,
Okay, so week 1, clarity. Week 2, belief.
Right.
What's next in this manifestation journey?
Week 3 is where things get really interesting. It's called visualization.
Visualization, okay.
And it's all about imagining your goals as if they've already happened.
So like you're just setting goals, but actually picturing yourself living them.
Exactly. And the key is to really feel it. If your goal is to buy a house,
Yeah.
don't just picture the house. Imagine yourself walking through it, feeling the excitement, the pride.
Okay, I can see how that puts it powerful.
Yeah, it makes it so much more real.
But isn't there a risk of getting lost in our imagination and forgetting about reality? Like, what about taking action?
We'll get to that in week 4. That's all about inspired action.
Okay.
But for now, let's stick with visualization. It's not about escaping reality.
Okay.
It's about using your imagination to create a vision that pulls you towards your goals.
So it's like a motivational tool.
Yeah, and it's backed by science too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you visualize, your brain releases those feel-good chemicals like dopamine, serotonin.
So it's like a chemical boost.
Exactly.
Wow.
That can lead to real action.
Interesting.
There are studies showing that athletes who visualize perform better,
I can see how that would apply to anything, not just sports.
Yeah, it's about creating that mental picture of success.
All right, clarity, belief, visualization.
Right.
It's starting to come together, but I gotta be honest, I'm still a bit skeptical about all this.
That's okay. It's natural to be skeptical.
Like, is it really as simple as think it, believe it, see it, and it happens?
That's where week 4 comes in, inspired action. But before we jump into that, let's take a quick break.
Sounds good.
We'll come back and explore how to turn those visualizations into real results.
Okay, looking forward to it. All right, so we've got the clarity, the belief, and we're visualizing.
Right, we've laid the groundwork.
But we can't just daydream all day, can we?
Exactly, we had to take action.
And that's where week 4 comes in.
Yes, inspired action.
Okay, inspired action. What's that all about?
It's about bridging the gap between, our thoughts and desires and actually getting results.
Okay, so it's not just any action. It's got to be, like, inspired.
It's about taking steps that feel aligned with your goals, your values.
So, like, recognizing opportunities that resonate with your vision.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about feeling a sense of purpose, clarity in those actions.
So it's not about forcing things. It's more like the universe is nudging you.
It's like surfing a wave,
Hmm.
trusting the flow, the timing.
Sounds kind of passive, though, like just waiting for things to happen.
Well, that's where discernment comes in.
Discernment. Okay.
Yeah, you got to recognize the opportunities, but you still have to take action.
So it's a balance, like being open but also proactive.
Exactly, like a dancer, flowing with the rhythm, but also making conscious choices.
Okay, I think I get it, but can you give me some examples? Like, in real life, what does this look like?
Sure, let's say your goal is to write a book. Inspired action might be joining a writing group or taking a workshop or even just making time to write every day,
So creating the conditions for your goal to happen
right? Recognizing those nudges, those opportunities that come up.
and acting on them.
Exactly. And sometimes it means stepping out of your comfort zone, taking a risk.
Okay, so trusting your gut feeling.
Yes. And as you do that, you'll start to see things fall into place.
Like the universe is conspiring to help you.
It's like you're co-creating with the universe.
And that brings us to another point, right? Like, there are so many different approaches to manifestation out there.
Oh, yeah.
It's become such a buzzword.
So many books, podcasts, everyone's got their own take.
How do we even know what to trust?
It's about being discerning, finding what feels authentic to you.
Okay.
Experiment, explore, trust your intuition.
So not a one-size-fits-all thing.
Not at all?
It's a personal journey.
Exactly. What works for one person might not work for another.
That makes sense.
And it's important to remember, it's not a magic wand.
Right, no genie in a bottle.
No, it's more about cultivating a mindset, aligning yourself with your goals.
Okay, so it's about the inner work as much as the outer actions.
It's about feeling harmony between your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, actions.
Like an orchestra, everything needs to be in tune.
Exactly.
So it's not about forcing things to happen, but attracting them.
Yeah, it's about becoming a vibrational match for your goals.
Okay, but what about effort? Hard work?
That's a good question.
Does manifestation mean we can just sit back and wait for things to happen?
No, not at all. Action is still crucial.
Okay.
It's about aligning your actions with your intentions and letting the universe support you.
So it's like you're the captain of the ship, but the universe provides the wind.
That's a great way to put it.
It's a collaboration.
Exactly. And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.
That's easy to forget when we're focused on the end goal.
It's about enjoying the process, the growth, the challenges.
And the triumphs.
Ex-
Okay, so we've talked about the practical side, but then also a spiritual dimension to manifestation, right?
Oh, absolutely.
For a lot of people, it's connected to their beliefs.
It's about recognizing that we're part of something bigger, interconnected.
That we're not alone.
Exactly. We're supported by a universal energy.
So even when things are tough, there's a bigger plan.
That's where trust comes in.
Trusting the universe.
Trusting that even when we don't understand, we're being guided.
It's like surrendering to a higher wisdom.
And that surrender can be very freeing.
It's like letting go of the need to control everything.
Exactly. Embracing the unknown
Like we're co-authors of our life story.
with a divine editor guiding us.
But what about our own choices? Free will.
That's a big question.
Like, if the universe is orchestrating things, do we even have a say?
Manifestation doesn't negate free will.
Okay.
We still have the power to choose our thoughts, beliefs, actions,
So it's a balance between surrendering and taking action.
like navigating a river, going with the flow, but also steering.
And trusting that the river will lead us where we need to go.
Exactly. Even if there are some rapids along the way.
It's about embracing the adventure.
And recognizing that manifestation is not just about achieving goals.
It's about becoming the best version of ourselves.
Exactly. It's about growth, transformation.
Okay, I think we've covered a lot of ground here.
We've explored a lot of different perspectives.
And it's important to remember there's no one right way.
It's about finding what resonates with you.
What feels authentic.
And empowering.
So, to our listeners, keep exploring, keep experimenting,
Trust your
and
intuition.
discover what manifestation means to you.
Remember, you are the creator of your reality.
What will you choose to manifest today?
That's the question.
All right, I think it's time to move on to the final part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
We'll delve even deeper into the world of manifestation and all its possibilities.
Exciting.
So stay tuned. Okay, so we've been talking about all these aspects of manifestation, the science, the action, all that.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, but there's one more thing I want to touch on before we wrap up.
Okay, what's that?
It's this idea of letting go.
Letting go.
Yeah, letting go.
That's interesting.
It seems kind of counterintuitive, right? We're putting all this effort into our goals. Why would we let go?
It's not about giving up on your goals.
Okay.
It's more about releasing the need to control everything,
So like surrendering to what? The universe.
Exactly.
Okay.
Trusting that things will work out, even if it's not exactly how we planned.
Having faith in the process even when things get messy.
Yeah, because when we cling too tightly to our desires, we actually create resistance.
Resistance.
Yeah, like we block the flow of manifestation.
It's like trying to force something that doesn't fit.
That's a good way to put it.
So letting go is about what? Surrendering to a higher power.
In a way, yeah.
Trusting that there's a bigger plan.
Trusting that the universe knows what it's doing.
Okay, so we're not micromanaging every little detail.
Right, we're letting the universe orchestrate things.
But those detours, those unexpected challenges, those are part of the plan too.
They can be, yeah.
They can be opportunities for growth.
Exactly. We learn, we adapt, we become more resilient.
So it's not about avoiding challenges, it's about embracing them.
Yeah, and when we do that, we might find that the universe steps in to help.
Okay, I'm starting to see the wisdom in letting go, but how do we actually do it? It's easy to say surrender, but harder to actually do it.
It starts with awareness
Awareness of what?
of our attachment to outcomes,
Okay.
Like when you're feeling anxious or stressed about something, ask yourself, what am I afraid of?
Okay, so facing our fears.
Yeah, and questioning them, are they based on reality or just old patterns?
So it's about shifting our perspective.
Exactly. And as we release those fears, we create space for
It's
trust.
like loosening our grip and letting the universe take the wheel.
That's a great way to visualize it.
But letting go can be scary, right? It's like jumping into the unknown.
It can be, but it can also be incredibly liberating. When we let go of control, we open ourselves up to new possibilities.
It's like we're saying, okay, universe, I trust you. Show me what you got.
Exactly. And you might be surprised by what happens.
So it's not about giving up. It's about trusting the process.
Trusting that everything is happening for a reason.
Even when it doesn't make sense in the moment.
Right, there's a bigger picture that we might not see yet.
Okay, I think we've covered a lot today.
We have, from the basics to the more nuanced aspects of manifestation.
We talked about clarity, belief, visualization, action, and now letting go.
It's all connected.
It is, and it's important to remember that this is a journey.
A journey of self-discovery.
So to our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep experimenting,
Find what works for you.
and most importantly, trust yourself.
You are the creator of your reality.
What will you choose to manifest?
That's the question we all have to ask ourselves.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of manifestation.
It's been a pleasure.
Remember, keep those intentions clear, those actions aligned, and never give up on your dream.
And may your journey be filled with magic and abundance.
See you next time!